what are the other jobs that AI is and data science broadly is enabling for people across the spectrum?
The bulk of jobs that have been created so far, right, are these AI engineer kind of jobs, right? So what is going to happen as the AI starts becoming more prevalent, right? So there are a few more roles that will get enabled, which I see is going to happen, right? The first role would be what I'm going to call as AI operators. Okay, imagine back in the day when we used to have STD booths and things like that. So people used to go to these booths and somebody used to call for them and then say, okay, are you there? And then hand the phone to you and you could just talk, right? Those guys. So you're going to have AI operators. You're going to get highly capable AI systems. But the farmer, like you said, is still going to not be able to use the AI system effectively, right? So he's going to come to a place where there's an operator sitting with like, okay, 10 different things. Okay, healthcare, okay, I'm going to query this AI. Farming, I'm going to query this AI, things like that, right? So that guy is going to answer all kinds of questions for you. And he probably would also have an astrology bot in there somewhere. And we are never going to move away from that, right? So all of these, so you're going to have these kind of AI operators, right? So that's one kind of role I think will happen, right? In fact, it's actually in a small scale that's already happening. So there are people who offer this service in the villages. You tell them what you want. They order it for you on Amazon and they take a 5% fee.
Huh. Okay.
Right? People don't, I mean, they don't know how to use these tools. And then so they basically have these, guys who come and order stuff for them. Amazon or Flipkart, whatever, right? So they basically do this online shopping, but somebody else does it for them and takes a small fee from you for doing that. So these services are already there. So these kind of operators are there, right? So I think this will just expand to AI operators. So that's a more non-technical work that's going to come. The second kind of thing that's going to get enabled are AI auditors, right? And these are people, of course, like just like you do tech audit now. So these are people who are going to do AI audit. It's going to be slightly more expanded than just doing an audit of your software, because you're going to have to do an audit of your entire pipeline, right? So you need to understand things like, hey, where does this interact with data gathering? So you have to look at things like privacy and how are you storing the data, and start from consent and things like that. So you should be able to do an audit of that pipeline versus your model building pipeline, and then your testing pipeline, and so on and so forth, right? So there's a whole bunch of different sets of skills that are going to be needed. And I think as the field develops, as standards develop around the various aspects of the AI pipeline, you're going to have this whole ecosystem of people who are going to ensure that you are building these with regard to standards, compliance specialists, and those kinds of roles will start coming up, right? So I think that'll be another. This will again be people who will be in high demand and will be very highly paid. That kind of a role will happen. And then I do believe, even as AI becomes more and more capable, right, we are going to start moving towards what some of us call a human allied AI pipelines, like human allied AI pipelines, right? So where sometimes you have a human who is making decisions and the AI is giving them input. Sometimes you have a human advising an AI, guiding it to take inputs. So, but this human is also monitoring the AI's performance to see if there is a drift in the performance and things like that. So you're going to have these kinds of AI managers, right, who need to be in the loop, right? So this will be people who have core domain skills, because they need to understand what the domain is, whether the AI is actually meeting with the demands of the domain, etc., etc. But they also should understand how the AI systems operate and how do they intervene and things like that, right? In fact, some of the more fanciful terms could be that these are the guys who control the kill switch for the AI. Okay, but then let's not even go there. You don't even if you don't want to get to the kill switch, you still need somebody who is going to be in the thing and monitoring what the AI is doing, right? So it could be like it's not AI operators, but people who actually work with the AI. You can think of them as AI managers.